Life is a journey filled with moments of joy and moments of pain. There are times when we walk through valleys so deep that we wonder if we will ever see the light again. We cry out asking why. Why does suffering come before victory? Why does pain seem to be a necessary passage to purpose? It is in these moments of questioning that we must understand a great truth. Before God brings you to your promise, He prepares you through the process. Suffering is not an indication that God has abandoned you. It is a sign that He is refining you. Gold must go through fire to be purified. Diamonds are formed under immense pressure. The oil that anoints kings is extracted only when the olive is crushed. In the same way, your trials are not meant to destroy you, but to shape you. The pain you endure today is strengthening you for the weight of the victory that is coming. God does not simply hand over greatness. He builds it within you. Every trial is a classroom. Every hardship a lesson. Every challenge an opportunity to grow. The patience you develop in waiting, the faith you build in the storm, the resilience you gain in the struggle, these are the qualities that will sustain you when the victory comes. Without the process, you would not be able to handle the promise. Life is filled with seasons of trials and suffering, moments when everything seems to be falling apart and the pain feels unbearable. In these times, it is easy to question why things are happening the way they are. It is natural to wonder if God has forgotten, if He sees the struggle, and if He truly cares. Yet, what often feels like abandonment is actually preparation. Every difficulty, every hardship, and every painful experience is shaping something within that cannot be developed any other way. When a builder constructs a house, the first step is not the decoration, the furniture, or the paint. The first step is the foundation. It is the part that no one sees, yet it is the most important. Without a strong foundation, the house will collapse when storms come. The deeper the foundation, the stronger the structure. In the same way, when God is preparing someone for something great, He first lays the foundation. That foundation is built through suffering, through trials, and through challenges. These experiences are not meant to destroy, but to strengthen, to dig deep into the soul, to remove what is weak, and to establish what is strong. Before a seed can grow into a tree, it must first be buried in the ground, hidden beneath the soil in a place of darkness and isolation. It must break before it can sprout. It must endure pressure before it can rise. This is the nature of growth. Nothing great is ever developed without a process. The most valuable things in life are produced through pressure and difficulty. Without heat, gold remains impure. Without crushing, olives cannot produce oil. Without refining, raw materials cannot become useful. God allows suffering because He is working on something deeper. He is not only preparing the blessing for the person, but He is preparing the person for the blessing. When a person is being prepared for something significant, they cannot remain the same. Growth requires discomfort. Comfort zones do not produce strength, they produce complacency. Just as a child cannot mature without learning through struggles and challenges, a person cannot step into their full potential without first going through seasons that stretch them beyond their limits. It is in these seasons that true strength is developed. It is easy to trust God when everything is going well, but real faith is forged in the fire of trials. The process of preparation often involves delays, disappointments, and difficulties. These are not signs of failure, but indicators of growth. When a tree is planted, no one sees the roots growing beneath the surface. They are hidden, but they are spreading wide, searching for nourishment, establishing a firm grip in the soil. The taller the tree is meant to grow, the deeper its roots must go. If the roots are shallow, the tree will not withstand strong wind. In the same way, if a person's character is not developed, they will not be able to sustain the weight of the purpose God has prepared for them. There are many who desire victory without enduring the process that produces strength. They want the promise without the preparation. But receiving something too soon can destroy what was meant to be a blessing. Just as a premature baby needs time to develop before surviving outside the womb, stepping into a destiny without being fully prepared can lead to collapse. That is why God does not rush the process. He allows trials to shape the heart, to build resilience, and to establish a foundation that will sustain the blessing. Many of the greatest leaders and influencers in history had to endure suffering before they stepped into their purpose. There is no growth. Without resistance, there is no progress. Pain is the tool that shapes a person into who they are meant to become. The process of transformation often begins with discomfort. When muscles are trained, they experience strain and tearing before they grow stronger. Without this process, they remain weak and underdeveloped. In the same way, every difficulty endured stretches the soul, pushing past limitations and breaking barriers that once seemed impossible to overcome. Pain teaches endurance. It is only through overcoming challenges that a person realizes their own capacity, discovering strengths that were previously hidden. Without pressure, potential remains dormant. Throughout history, those who achieved greatness did not do so without experiencing significant hardship. The most powerful stories of triumph are always preceded by seasons of struggle. It is in the fire of adversity that character is revealed. Hard times force decisions that determine the direction of a person's life. Some choose to be broken by their pain, while others allow it to build them. Those who rise above their struggles are the ones who embrace them as opportunities to grow. They do not allow suffering to define them, but use it as a stepping stone to reach new heights. Pain is also a teacher. It reveals weaknesses that would otherwise remain hidden. It exposes areas that need to be strengthened. It pushes a person to develop patience, self-control, and wisdom. Many lessons in life cannot be learned in comfort. Experience is often the greatest teacher, and suffering provides experiences that refine and mature the soul. Pain removes pride, forcing a deeper dependence on faith. It humbles and reshapes perspectives, revealing what truly matters and what is temporary. When faced with adversity, the natural instinct is to avoid it. However, the very thing that is being avoided may be the very thing that is necessary for growth. The struggle endured today is strengthening the foundation for tomorrow. It is preparing for greater responsibility, for greater challenges, and for greater victories. Just as a tree must withstand storms to develop strong roots, a person must face difficulties to develop inner strength. If a tree were never exposed to the wind, its roots would remain shallow and it would collapse under pressure. Likewise, without hardship, strength remains undeveloped. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the strength it produces is lasting. Those who persevere through trials emerge with a resilience that cannot be shaken. Endurance is built in the waiting, in the pressing, in the moments when giving up seems like the only option. It is in those moments that true strength is developed. Without struggle, there is no endurance, and without endurance, there is no victory. Growth is often uncomfortable, but it is necessary. The process of becoming stronger requires enduring things that seem unfair, painful, and difficult. But it is in those very moments that transformation happens. The breaking produces rebuilding. The tearing down makes room for something greater, and the suffering produces a strength that cannot be taken away. Every challenge endured is a step toward becoming stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the future. Greatness is not something that happens overnight. It is a journey, a process that requires preparation, refinement, and endurance. Every person who has ever achieved something significant had to go through a season of development before stepping into their purpose. The process is what makes the promise possible. Without it, success is unstable and potential remains unrealized. There is no shortcut to true greatness, Because it is not simply about reaching a destination. It is about becoming the kind of person who can sustain it. The process ensures that the foundation is strong enough to carry the weight of the blessing. Growth always requires change, and change is often uncomfortable. The process of becoming what one was created to be demands sacrifice, discipline, and perseverance. It removes what is unnecessary and strengthens what is weak. Just as a sculptor chips away at a block of stone to reveal a masterpiece, the process removes everything that does not belong in order to shape something greater. Without this process, potential remains locked away, and the fullness of what was meant to be is never seen. Many desire the rewards of greatness without enduring the refining process that comes before it. They want to reach the top without climbing the mountain, to receive the promise without being prepared for it. However, anything obtained without the necessary preparation will not last. A structure built on an unstable foundation will collapse under pressure. The process builds endurance, character, and the ability to handle what is to come. Without preparation, success can become a burden instead of a blessing. Every season of waiting, every challenge faced, every setback experienced is part of the preparation. It is easy to become frustrated in times of delay, but the delay is not denial, it is development. A seed does not grow into a tree overnight. It must first take root beneath the surface, unseen and unnoticed. If it were to sprout too soon, it would not survive. The same is true for anyone being prepared for something great. The deeper the foundation, the stronger the structure. Without the proper time to develop, what is built will not last. The process also tests motives and intentions. It reveals whether a person is truly committed to the vision or only interested in the rewards. Many start with enthusiasm, but give up when the journey becomes difficult. Only those who endure the process will reach the fulfillment of their purpose. The refining fire removes impurity and strengthens what remains. It is not meant to destroy, but to purify, making something stronger and more valuable. Every difficulty, every moment of struggle, and every painful experience is shaping something within that will be needed in the future. There is a purpose in every season of preparation. The challenges faced today are equipping for the battles of tomorrow. The lessons learned in struggle will be the wisdom that sustains in moments of responsibility. It is in the process that faith is strengthened, patience is developed, and resilience is built. Without going through the necessary preparation, stepping into a promise too soon can lead to collapse. Many resist the process because it is difficult, but it is necessary. Those who embrace it will be ready when the time comes. What seems like an obstacle is actually an opportunity. What feels like a delay is actually development. Every moment of struggle is contributing to something greater, and when the time is right, the preparation will be complete. Faith is not truly tested in times of comfort. It is in hardship, uncertainty, and trials that faith is stretched, refined, and strengthened. When everything is going well, it is easy to say that faith is strong, but real faith is proven when nothing makes sense, when prayers seem unanswered, and when circumstances appear impossible. Hard times reveal the depth of trust in God, forcing a decision to either hold on or give up. Every great story of faith includes a moment of testing, a moment when everything seems lost, yet perseverance leads to breakthrough. Difficult seasons push the limits of endurance, making it clear that human strength alone is not enough. When natural solutions fail, faith becomes the only option. These moments strip away self-reliance, forcing complete dependence on God. Trusting when there is no visible way out is what deepens faith. It is easy to believe when the outcome is clear, but faith requires walking forward even when the path is uncertain. It is believing in the unseen, holding on to promises that have not yet manifested, and standing firm when everything says to quit. Growth comes from resistance, and faith is no different. Muscles do not grow without tension, and faith does not strengthen without trials. Challenges are opportunities to build spiritual endurance, to develop patience, and to refine character. Without hardship, faith remains shallow, untested, and weak. It is in the struggle that faith gains depth, becoming unshakable regardless of circumstances. The greatest faith is not developed in moments of ease, but in seasons of difficulty, where the only choice is to trust beyond understanding. Trials expose what is truly in the heart. When pressure increases, what is hidden is revealed. Faith that is genuine does not fade when adversity comes. Instead, it becomes more resilient. Testing removes doubt, refines perspective, and clarifies purpose. Hardship brings people to a place where they must decide whether they truly believe what they claim to believe. It is easy to have faith when things are going well, but unwavering trust is formed when there is no evidence of breakthrough, yet belief remains firm. Difficult seasons also teach patience. Waiting is often the most challenging part of the journey. The delay between promise and fulfillment can create doubt, but patience is the foundation of strong faith. Rushing ahead or seeking shortcuts often leads to failure, but those who wait and trust will see things unfold at the right time. Every delay serves a purpose, and faith that endures through waiting is faith that cannot be shaken. Every great leader, every person who has ever accomplished something significant has faced seasons of difficulty where faith was tested. These moments were not obstacles, but stepping stones, designed to strengthen and prepare for greater things. The lessons learned in hardship become the wisdom needed for the future. Without enduring trials, faith remains fragile and easily broken. Those who develop unwavering trust in God through difficult times will not be moved when greater challenges arise. What may seem like an impossible situation is often the very thing that builds the endurance necessary for the next level. Faith that is built in trials is faith that can withstand any storm. Every challenge faced is an opportunity to trust deeper, believe stronger, and stand firmer. When everything seems uncertain, faith is being shaped into something unbreakable, capable of sustaining the future that lies ahead. Every trial carries within it the potential to become a powerful testimony. The difficulties faced today are not just personal struggles. They are experiences that will one day serve as proof of resilience, endurance, and faith. No great story is ever written without conflict, and no true victory exists without overcoming adversity. The very things that seem impossible in the present will become the foundation of inspiration for others in the future. Hardships are not meaningless. They are the raw material from which testimonies are built. Pain has a way of shaping perspective. What once seemed unbearable becomes a lesson, and what once felt like failure turns into a stepping stone for success. The struggles endured are not just for personal growth, but for the benefit of those who will one day need encouragement. People are moved not by theories, but by real experiences of overcoming. The deeper the pain, the greater the impact of the testimony. Those who have walked through fire and come out refined are the ones who can truly speak to others who are still in the flames. Obstacles are opportunities in disguise. What looks like a setback is often a setup for something greater. Every delay, every hardship, and every unanswered question is part of a bigger picture that cannot yet be seen. In the moment, trials feel like barriers, but in hindsight, they reveal themselves as the very things that prepared the way for something extraordinary. There is no breakthrough without struggle, no wisdom without experience, and no strength without opposition. The things that seem to work against a person are often working for them in ways they cannot yet understand. Endurance in the face of suffering is what turns pain into purpose. There is something powerful about a person who has faced adversity and refused to give up. The strength developed in the hardest moments becomes the very thing that sustains future success. There is no easy path to greatness, and those who rise above their struggles do so because they refuse to be defined by them. Scars are not signs of defeat. They are evidence of survival. Every challenge overcome is proof that resilience is stronger than hardship. The greatest testimonies often come from the deepest struggles. Those who have walked through darkness and found light become a guide for those still searching for a way out. The power of a testimony is that it does not just inspire, it transforms. Hearing how someone else overcame a seemingly impossible situation creates the belief that victory is possible. Struggles are not just personal battles, they are stories in the making, waiting to be told at the right time to the right people. There is purpose even in suffering. The hardest moments are never wasted. They refine character, build endurance, and deepen faith. The experiences that seem the most painful are often the ones that prepare a person for their greatest moments. When looking back, what once felt like an unbearable trial will be seen as the very thing that strengthened and prepared the way for something greater. Every struggle carries a lesson. Every delay has a purpose. And every hardship is shaping a story that will one day be told as a testimony of perseverance, faith, and ultimate victory. Timing is one of the most difficult things to understand in life. There are moments when everything seems ready, when it feels like the perfect time for a breakthrough, yet nothing happens. Prayers go unanswered, doors remain closed, and the waiting seems endless. It is in these moments that doubt begins to creep in, making it easy to question whether the promise will ever come to pass. However, the delay is not denial. What seems like a delay is often divine preparation, ensuring that when the breakthrough comes, it is at the perfect time. A blessing received too soon can become a burden instead of a gift. Just as a fruit picked before it is ripe is not yet ready to be enjoyed, stepping into something prematurely can lead to failure. Preparation is necessary before elevation. If something is given before the capacity to handle it has been developed, it can be easily lost. Growth happens in the waiting, in the seasons of uncertainty, and in the moments where patience is tested. The longer the preparation, the greater the reward. Rushing ahead of time may seem like progress, but true success comes when everything is aligned. There is a reason behind every waiting season. The things that are being asked for require not just external readiness, but internal development. Many desire greatness, but not everyone is prepared to carry the weight of responsibility that comes with it. The waiting period is designed to strengthen character, refine motives, and develop the endurance needed to sustain the promise. A strong foundation takes time to build, and without it, what is constructed will not last. The deeper the foundation, the stronger the structure. Waiting is not inactivity. It is a time of preparation, of learning, and of growing into the person who can fully step into the promise when the time is right. There is always work to be done in the waiting. It is an opportunity to develop skills, build resilience, and grow spiritually. Many waste their waiting seasons by focusing on the delay rather than using the time to place exactly as it was meant to be. Every struggle, every moment of pain, every season of waiting is not without purpose. Suffering is never meant to destroy, but to refine, to strengthen, and to prepare for something greater. The trials faced today are shaping endurance, deepening faith, and building the character needed to sustain the victory ahead. Without resistance, there is no growth. Without struggle, there is no strength. What may seem like a delay is often divine preparation, ensuring that when the promise arrives, it can be fully embraced and sustained. No story of greatness is complete without hardship. No testimony is powerful without trials, and no faith is strong without testing. The challenges endured are not obstacles but stepping stones, guiding the way toward the fulfillment of destiny. The fire that seems unbearable now is the very thing molding resilience, wisdom, and unwavering trust. Nothing is wasted, and every moment of suffering is producing something far greater than what can be seen. Victory is not just about reaching the destination. It is about becoming the person who can walk in it with strength, wisdom, and grace. When the time is right, everything that has been endured will make sense. The battles fought will turn into testimonies. The waiting will prove its purpose, and the pain will reveal the strength that was always there. The path to victory is never easy, but it is always worth it. Those who endure, who trust the process, and who remain faithful will see the promise fulfilled in a way that is greater than anything they could have imagined.